Simon wakes up at precisely 7 a.m. every morning and heads to the bathroom at exactly 7:05 a.m., no matter what. Even if someone else is using it, he sticks to his rigid schedule. He measures out exactly 1 spoonful of shampoo, weighs himself daily to ensure his weight remains at 160 pounds, and checks his height 6 feet 3 inches every day without fail. Simon always wears a badge identifying him as someone with Asperger's syndrome and dresses exclusively in red and blue combinations. His room must be perfectly symmetrical, he flicks light switches 3 times, and his table settings are arranged at distances meticulously calculated using physics. Each day, Simon reviews a chart of emojis to quickly recognize others' emotions. To him, if something isn't round, he has to make it round. He avoids physical contact and will only eat breakfast at exactly 7:40 a.m. He then carries the same book, rides in the same car, and is driven to work by his older brother. To most people, Simon's behavior would be maddening. For Simon, though, punctuality represents order and stability essential for keeping his emotions in check. However, his strict ways often confuse others. One time, a calm and composed girl was left stunned after Simon hit her, asking him why.
Asperger.
Okej, så bara för man har Asperger så får man slå folk hur som helst?
Tog i min arm, jag gillar inte folk rör mig.
A kind-hearted woman took responsibility, feeling guilty and offering to help him, but Simon simply walked away. Simon always arrives at work on time, alongside co-workers who, like him, are also on the autism spectrum. Surprisingly, despite being a small team, their dynamics are rather complicated. Peter has a crush on Jonah and tries to win him over, but Jonah is interested in someone else. Their boss also appears to have Asperger's syndrome, although he blends in seamlessly with neurotypical individuals. Each day, the boss encourages his employees to work together harmoniously. Simon, however, leaves work as punctually as he arrives. Fortunately, his boss is understanding, otherwise, Simon's rigid routines might create tension. Back at home, Simon follows the same ritual of flicking the light switch 3 times. His older brother accommodates his needs, even preparing all his meals in circular shapes. Simon's weekly menu never changes, and every item must be round. After meals, Simon tosses his plate aside and plays the drums at his scheduled time every day. Meanwhile, Frida, his brother's girlfriend, grows frustrated. Her boyfriend's devotion to Simon makes her feel neglected. Without their 5-year relationship as a foundation, Frida figures they'd have broken up long ago. Simon's brother tries to reassure her, suggesting she play basketball with Simon. She agrees and initially enjoys the game, but Simon only focuses on calculating distances and angles in his head. Frida mutters, "I'd rather just wash the dishes."
Videokväll!
Simon's routine dominates the household. His brother and Frida are required to watch the same movie with him every day. While they aren't allowed to deviate from this routine, they're permitted to watch romantic dramas in their own rooms. For Simon, watching the same movie daily feels like a brand new experience every time. One rare moment of intimacy between Frida and her boyfriend is abruptly interrupted by Simon, who appears at the door holding an empty toilet paper roll, announcing, "We're out of toilet paper." Simon's brother tries to explain his behavior, but the strain is evident.
Hålla käften och sluta spela! Fan, sluta spela för i helvete! Jävla Simon!
Frida, at her wit's end, wants to leave. Simon's brother instinctively tries to stop her, saying, "My brother can't live without me." The situation feels impossible. Frida's departure seems inevitable. Simon's brother, emotionally exhausted, suppresses his own feelings to comfort Simon, who hides inside a metal barrel. Being the oldest sibling feels like being a parent. To Simon, his brother is his entire support system. Without his brother, Simon feels like a solitary island. The only place Simon finds solace is inside his barrel, a small, enclosed space that helps him cope with his fears and anxieties. Without it, he wouldn't know how to face the world.